Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive Viewers. Pakistan is at it again. 6 months since Operation Sindoor crippled key terror hubs in Pakistan. Their terror groups are getting active. Despite India giving a befitting reply to Pakistan, there are attempts to foment trouble that are not stopping from Pakistan's side. However, our security agencies are a step ahead. In a major counter-terror operation, the Jammu and Kashmir police, along with the Haryana police, busted an interstate transnational module. The plot linked to Jaish-e-Mohammed and Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind has been foiled, exposing a sinister network aimed at orchestrating attacks deep within India. Police have sealed 2,900 kilograms of IED-making material, including explosive, remotes and timers. Let me put this into context for you. What are we talking about? 360 kilograms of explosives that were in fact taken. They are suspected to be ammonium nitrate is what we are told. There's also, of course, an assault rifle that we are told has been recovered, 3 magazines and 83 live rounds. There's 1 pistol as well as 8 live rounds that have been recovered, 2 empty cartridges and 2 magazines that have also been found over here. 8 large suitcases and 4 small suitcases have also been recovered. 20 timers with batteries have been recovered and 24 remotes as well. 5 kilograms of heavy metal, walkie-talkie sets and electric wiring have also been recovered. Meanwhile, in Jammu and Kashmir, a total of 7 accused have been arrested, all residents of Jammu and Kashmir. Agencies have uncovered a white-collar terror ecosystem, professionals and students being radicalized, managed by handlers operating from Pakistan and other countries. Now, it all started when posters of JEM terror outfit appeared in Srinagar in October 27th, and this is following which the police started investigating the matter. CCTV footage revealed Dr. Adil Rathar putting up posters in support of terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed. He's a resident of South Kashmir's Kazigund and was arrested from a hospital in Saharanpur. First, listen in to the police statement and then I'll take you through the big revelations coming from this sinister plot.
क्रैकडाउन चल रहा है, उसमें हमारे जो पाकिस्तान में बैठे ऑपरेटिव्स हैं और जो OGWs हैं, तो उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होती है. दिस इज जस्ट टू एंश्योर दैट कोई भी टेरर इकोसिस्टम के फुटप्रिंट्स जो हैं वो दोबारा से रिसरफेस ना हो, और उसी को ही चेक और बैलेंस रखने के लिए एज ए प्रिवेंटिव मेजर जो है ये पूरा क्रैकडाउन चल रहा है. आई अपील टू द जनरल पब्लिक टू जस्ट बी सपोर्टिव टू द पुलिस and whenever they have any inputs or information with them, we appeal to them to share that information a bit jitne bhi unke paas hai with the police control room as well as with the territorial officers.
Notwithstanding the huge amount of explosive material that has been recovered, why are these revelations significant? First, let's take a look at what's been stated. It's a white-collar terror ecosystem that we're talking about. There's also the fact that there are professionals and students who are being radicalized is what is revealed in this entire plot. There's also the fact that handlers operating from Pakistan and other countries are part of this entire nexus. There are also encrypted channels that are being used for indoctrination. These encrypted channels are used for coordination and logistics as well, and the fact that funds raised under the guise of charitable causes is what we are looking at. The arrested accused involved in radicalization as well as recruitment is what we are told, as well as the fact that 7 accused Jammu and Kashmir residents have been arrested so far. Viewers, what started in Srinagar has now unraveled into a full-blown interstate terror bust. We're talking about Dr. Adil's arrest, which blew the lid of a deeper conspiracy. Explosives and arms were seized from Faridabad on Delhi's outskirts, leading to another arrest. Dr. Muzammil, a Pulwama resident working in Faridabad, and the latest, a woman doctor identified as Dr. Shahina, a resident of Lal Bagh in Lucknow. Let's quickly understand the sequence of events here. Now, these are major terror strikes that has been averted, and what really has taken place. On the 27th of October, JEM posters have surfaced in Srinagar. Later, we saw CCTV footage that revealed Dr. Adil was putting up these Jaish-e-Mohammed posters. There's also the fact that on the 6th of November, Dr. Adil Ahmed Rathar was arrested from Saharanpur. On the 8th, we've seen raids taking place at GMC Anantnag. Recoveries include 1 AK-47 from Dr. Adil's locker. There's also the fact that the arrest led to more suspects, explosives, arms seized from Faridabad. A doctor now arrested from Faridabad, Dr. Muzammil, resident of Pulwama, as we've been telling you. The opposition now has decided to give this a political turn, with Samajwadi Party linking the recent anti-terror raids to upcoming elections. We've seen Akhilesh Yadav questioning the timing, invoking polls and asking, is there any voting going on anywhere? The remarks have stirred a debate over intelligence lapses and the political angle of security operations.
देखिए, इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर मानिए, पहला प्राइमरी आप ये मानिए कि इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर है कि ये चीजें पहुंची कैसे, यहां आई कैसे। जब हमारे पास सीसीटीवी है, सैटेलाइट चीजें हैं, हम सैटेलाइट से ट्रेस कर सकते हैं चीजें, सब चीज सर्विलेंस में है, इतनी फोर्स है, और पिछले 10-11 साल से ये प्रयास चला है घुसपैठिए ना आए या इस तरह की चीजें आए। कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं वोट पड़ने जा रहा है, कहीं पर वोट पड़ने जा रहा है कहीं, हाँ समझ लीजिए अब आप।
Now, this is in stark contrast to what was witnessed in Karnataka. In Bengaluru Central Jail, inmates were seen dancing, drinking and partying inside the prison premises. In one of those clips, they're seen openly celebrating with music, almost a full-blown party behind bars. Some have even reportedly had free access to mobile phones to stay in touch with contacts outside jail, and others were enjoying the comforts of watching live TV inside their cell. We have breaking news coming in, viewers, and this is the war against the terror ecosystem that continues. Jammu and Kashmir police have begun seeking cancellation of bails of UAP accused after detecting bail violations by them. Police have initiated the process for bail cancellation of 16 accused. As per district-wise data, in Anantnag, the process for bail cancellation of 9 accused has been initiated. In Shopia, the process of bail cancellation for 13 has been initiated, and in Sopore, the process for 11 accused have been initiated. We have my colleagues Bhavtosh Singh as well as Sohail joining us for more on this. I'm going to come across to you first, Sohail. This is very significant because this marks a departure after this entire terror nexus that has been exposed. Now the authorities coming out and taking very stringent action. Any further details in terms of what the next course of action would be?
Well, there was a high-level meeting that was chaired by Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha last week, and there in that meeting, directions were passed on to officers on field to initiate impact actions to dismantle terror ecosystem across Jammu and Kashmir, as a result of which we have seen raids in fact taking place on those suspects or those individuals who had remained associated with terrorism in past, or the people who were in touch with the people who had in fact crossed over to POK or Pakistan for arms training back in 90s. We have also seen counterintelligence Kashmir in fact conducting raids inside jails, Srinagar Central Jail and district jails as well, as a result of which 9, including a female, was detained for questioning. As of now, today, Jammu and Kashmir police has also detected violations of bails by the UAPA accused. These are those people who were in fact arrested on charges of supporting terror ecosystem in Jammu and Kashmir, and after a few years they were in fact released on bail. Now, Jammu and Kashmir police primarily says that these people have violated bail rules, and in fact they have in fact indulged in activities that were seen as promoting or glorifying terrorism. That's why district-wise data has come out, and these in fact with the process of initiating bail cancellation process has been started.
Stay with us, Sohail. Let me quickly get in a word from Bhavtosh as well. Bhavtosh, now this is very interesting. We're seeing at least 2 separate plots. One, where there is the use of a poison such as Ricin, and there's also, of course, this plot where a huge amount of explosive material has been recovered. Now, all of this emanates, of course, from an investigation that started from the Kashmir Valley, but the repercussions, the plots, the way the things are unraveling, it clearly goes to show that Pakistan is trying to, once again spread terror as far as the mainland India is concerned.
Yes, Madhav. In fact, soon after Operation Sindoor, the main founders, or at least the leaders of various proscribed terror organizations, had threatened India when their bases or their headquarters were completely demolished, and they said they will strike back in India. And once their headquarters were rebuilt and once their terror launch pads were completely set up, and exactly that has happened. To credit of Indian intelligence agencies and security agencies, the first wave of attacks have completely been stopped, both in Gujarat, where the ATS have arrested 4 individuals, as well as in Jammu and Kashmir, along with Haryana police. They have arrested 8 individuals, including a woman doctor and 3 other doctors. What is very striking is the fact that as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists managed to sneak in at least 2,900 kgs of inert IED, which is in form of ammonia nitrate. We are standing right outside the residence, and the raids got over just 2 to 3 hours back, but at least 2 to 3 members of this module are still on run.
All right, thanks so much, Bhavtosh, as well as Sohail, for joining us with those updates. Let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest now. Joining us with us is Lieutenant General KJS Dhillon, former GSC of 15 Corps. Ashok Kumar is a former DGP joining us. We also have Sushant Sareen, Senior Fellow of ORF, with us. Lieutenant General Dhillon, let me come to you first. Sir, it's not just 1 or 2, but multiple plots that we are hearing of. And what is quite interesting is that the kind of scale of what is imagined, both in the case of this ricin poisoning, as well as if you look at this explosive bomb-making material, we're talking about recoveries of close to 3,000 kilograms, and that's quite a bit of explosive material. So the scale of it seems to be rather unprecedented in terms of what we're looking at.
Good evening, and good evening to the fellow panelists and viewers. Absolutely. After Operation Sindoor, once the heat was felt on Pakistan and the heat was felt on any activity in Jammu and Kashmir, now this is a thing which is happening so that they can claim that terrorism is all across India and not only in Kashmir. The recovery, as you very rightly said, the 20 detonators and 24 remote controls, that means the 3,000 odd kgs of ammonium nitrate. With this 20 detonators and 24 RC units, they were capable of making at least 20 separate bombs and separate IEDs and exploding it at different places. And this type of recovery at very close to the national capital is a serious matter. As also, I must compliment the intelligence agency for having nipped it in time. And one more thing which I want to convey through your channel is the citizens. We all are citizens in civil dress as uniformed citizens. We must make sure whatever property we are giving on rent, we get the proper authentication, proper verification from the police, and we should from time to time check the antecedents of the people who have hired our property. What I am told is there was a room which was hired for stocking this explosives and all, and no one was staying there.
Right.
So if I have given out a room on rent and someone comes every 2 months or 1 month and puts a box there and then goes away, I think I should definitely be getting alarmed.
Yeah.
If it is a warehouse for a shopkeeper, he would come twice a day, take out 10 boxes, leave 3 boxes, and you know where his shop is. Now that is something which, as citizens, we should be aware.
Absolutely. We
Now,
should all be aware.
room on rent and where someone is not staying and you don't even know who the gentleman is.
Very important.
And here, the white collar terrorists, please don't go by this कि पढ़ा लिखा है, doctor है, अच्छा आदमी है, you know, अच्छे इंसान, अच्छी family है. No, sir. Suspect all and respect all.
Okay. Let me take this across to Mr. Ashok Kumar.
Just go by the face value.
Yes, of course, it is very, I mean, it's human nature perhaps when one imagines that in a profession such as a doctor, this is something that would not happen. But we've seen similar charges in different cases in the past. And Mr. Ashok Kumar, what is very interesting is that, you know, it was almost as if the investigators stumbled upon the other 2,500 odd kilos of explosive from another shed or a property, a second rented property from one of the accused, Dr. Muzammil. And as, in fact, Lieutenant General Dhillon has been telling us, this just raises the need for all of us to be that much more vigilant, because we never know which property, which part of the country is going to be misused as far as, you know, terrorists and terror emanating from Pakistan is concerned. Please unmute yourself and speak, sir.
I would say that it's a concern, big concern for us. Need to be super alert, extra alert, because it was expected of Pakistan after Operation Sindoor, as the statements had also indicated that they will certainly do something. They will try to go back to their old ways of proxy war. Direct war, they cannot win. They know it. Therefore, it was expected, but after a long gap of 5 to 6 months, 6 months rather, it's a big recovery. I would say it's a big achievement also of Indian intelligence agencies as well as Indian forces and of the state police of various states, J&K, Haryana and Gujarat, etc. And this could be very dangerous as it is so close to Delhi, and maybe they had very big plans. And the kind of radicalization recruitment they are going through, it's all ISI's game plan, and they are back to their old game. That is what I would say. And India needs to be super alert. Absolutely, India needs to be super alert. But Sushant, Serene, just one question on this use of ricin. The very fact that there's an attempt to manufacture ricin, poison water bodies, and conduct some kind of a killing at a mass scale. That's what the investigators are telling us at the moment. What's the precedent of this being used, and what really are we talking about in terms of the scale of this as well?
There isn't too much of a precedent. There have been some attempts globally to poison, the sources of water, but they haven't really been very successful, and they've not really ever caused any major damage. And there are reasons for that, why that is not a very feasible proposition. But yes, it remains the wet dream of all these terrorists who want to cause a mass casualty event to, poison the water supply or, blow up a weapon of mass destruction so that, they can create the necessary splash and make their point. So this has been a wet dream, but they are losers and it hasn't really been successful. Now, what exactly were these guys planning to use that poison for? I think, Madhav, we need to be a little careful. These are still very, very early days in the investigation. What we have got are the initial reports. In fact, I would be very, very surprised if the cops are telling us the entire story. I think, and I think it's utter nonsense for politicians to claim that these arrests have been made keeping Bihar elections. I don't know if anybody in Bihar is even worried about these arrests have taken place. People will be voting for other reasons. If anybody thinks that because of these arrests it's going to sway the election, that's not going to happen. So that's utter nonsense. Number one. Number two, when somebody who has been a chief minister of a state like UP says that, what was the intelligence doing? Yeah, for God's sake, the intelligence was working. That is why you were able to apprehend these guys. Unless, of course, somebody believes in that very nice Bollywood type, script which the cops have given us, that somebody was sticking a poster, they got hold of his face, then they tracked him down, then they tracked somebody else down. It all sounds very well. I would imagine there would be a lot more of intelligence work and footwork and cops being active than just simply, going through somebody was sticking a poster and you got his mugshot. Right. If you've collected something like 3,000 odd, even if you've collected 500 kilograms of ammonium nitrate, which anybody in the police service or in any of the security agencies knows is a chemical that can be used or is a product that can be used for manufacturing IEDs, it would set some alarm bells ringing. Right. So clearly a lot of legwork has gone behind. Who is responsible for it? Is it a Pakistan-based group? Is it some international terrorist organization? Is it some local? I doubt if it's some local group, because the kind of weapons these guys had, even if I was to give you, for example, probably General Dhillon will be able to manufacture an IED from ammonium nitrate, but you can give me 10,000 kilos of ammonium nitrate and it's useless for me or for you, right? So obviously there would be somebody who can rig it up into an IED, which means that there will be some training which has happened. Somebody has given them training. Is it a Pakistani group or the groups that are being named? Is it something more sinister and probably extends beyond Pakistan? Yeah. There are a number of other players also who seem to have jumped into the terrorist game. We are seeing stuff happening from across the Bangladesh border. At least we are getting the first indications that Bangladesh is again going back to the old playbook which was there before Sheikh Hasina's government came into power. So it's a very sensitive kind of a time as far as national security is concerned. There is, of course, the aftermath of Op Sindoor and the likelihood of Pakistanis trying to test how far we are willing to go in the event of another attack.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and see. So I would just say, whatever the cops are telling us, let us take it at face value. But I would imagine there would be plenty of layers more than what they are letting us know right now.
Right. And Mr. Ashok Kumar, I just want to contrast this, the kind of work that has been done here, with what we are seeing coming out of Bengaluru, because it's absolutely shocking. In Bengaluru, it's perhaps an open secret that, in jails in the country, that people can be bribed, that people have a good time, etc. But to look at the fact that even a terror accused is able to get away lightly, that really goes to show the kind of mindset that we have as far as our policing, as far as our jail management is concerned.
See, this is not, I would say, unusual. It happens. And it happens with, local criminals also. They are also able to, carry some influence over jail authorities, whether through fear, generating fear, or through money. This is a tragedy because jails are not very, jail authorities don't have big weapons like police. So they are sometimes terrorized also by these such kind of people, their families also, and so they need to be more secure. And also corruption plays a role sometimes. So this is the tragedy that we need to be more watchful about jails also, and the jail staff needs to be made more secure, and we need to keep more vigil in the jails.
Lieutenant Dhillon, your view on this, because it's one thing to see this happening as far as petty criminals are concerned, but terrorists, one would imagine that we have a more a strong infrastructure in our jails when it comes to dealing with such elements who are a huge menace to not just the public at large, but to our national security and our national image.
I would just add.
Absolutely. As you very rightly said, it's an open secret that jails, getting the drugs, getting the mobile phones, and doing all types of illegal activities going on in the jail with connivance of the people who are supposed to be stopping these activities. And here, the point is, the very strict action needs to be taken, and technology is there today to help us. You can put the jammers, and somebody will say, no, so then what will the jail staff do? There is a system of whitelisting. You put a jammer, mobile phone jammers, and whitelist the numbers which are being used by the jail staff. So those numbers will not be jammed. But unfortunately, since there's the connivance of the staff, these things are not put in place. And another thing, a normal jeb katara, a pickpocketer going into the jail, he comes back hardened criminal because he stays in company of these people.
Right.
And they are the people who are used as, their sidekicks there inside the jail.
Yes. Messengers,
And,
couriers, so many roles they could play, and certainly, of course, none of that is good for us, and particularly at a time like this when we're taking on Pakistan. We have to leave it there. Lieutenant Dhillon, Sushant Sareen, Ashok Kumar, I have to thank all three of you for joining us and breaking this down for our viewers.